Dr. Gareth MacDonald, chiropractic physician, Eugene's auto injury expert at Cascade Health Center. Question: do you think all exercise routines are safe and prevent back injuries? If you said no, you'd be right. Even though you go to the gym and work out, you may be doing more harm than good. And here's why. Myth number 1, back injuries are rare. Most people will not get through life without some element of back pain impinging on their life and taking away from their activities of daily living, looking after the family, or enjoying your recreation or hobby activities. Myth number 2, you need a flexible back. Statistically, those that have more range of motion in the back have a greater risk of developing back disorders in the future. Having a flexible back is not protective of back pain, but quite the opposite. Muscles of the arms, legs, and shoulders, and the hips are designed to create a force throughout a range of motion for movement. Muscles of the spine, the core, and the torso are designed to do precisely the opposite. They stop movement. Myth number 3, to avoid injury, you need a strong back. Having a strong back, as it turns out, is not protective of back injury. What is having endurance of the muscle. Work injuries rarely happen at the start of a shift, lifting the heavy or repetitive loads. They usually occur towards the end of the day after a lot of lifting when the muscle is fatigued. Bend your knees when you lift. Proper lifting mechanics require you to lift with the hips and not with the knees. Lifting with the knees will lead to knee arthritis. How do you do that then? Here's a video to my left of Anthony demonstrating a proper lift. Slide your hands down the thighs. Grab the basket or object. Back flat. Slide it up your thighs and pull your hips through. Myth number 5, suck in your belly to work your core. The idea that sucking in your gut to activate a muscle called the transverse abdominis when performing exercises is highly problematic. When you measure the role of that muscle and the ability to stabilize the spine, you do not want to suck it in. You simply want to stiffen the abdominal wall. We do that by one exercise called stirring the pot. In this video with Anthony, we see the feet are spread apart. The upper back and abdominal walls are stiffened. Now he swirls his elbows around in circles like he's stirring the pot, as you see here. There is another exercise demonstrated by Anthony. This one is called cross crawl or bird dog. In this video, we see Anthony on all fours with his back in a neutral position, which is the lowest stress for his back. At this point, he stiffens the abdominal wall. Then he extends the opposite arm and leg, moving about the hips and shoulders. You can hold the position for 10 seconds or repeat the action for 10 times. Sweep the knees and arms back to the starting position. All motion is in the hips and shoulders. This exercise can be made harder only once you've mastered it. This increases the difficulty. Make a fist and co-contract the muscles of your arms and upper back. Now, as you see here in the video of Anthony, you draw small squares with your fist and your leg. You can see the action of the arms here, and you can see the action of the legs here. Now put it all together into one exercise action. Myth number 6, sit-ups and crunches give you a six-pack ab. What happens in the typical sit-up seen here performed by Anthony is that the spine is flexed, creating stress on the posterior part of the annulus or the disc. Eventually, if you do enough of these, it will cause injury to the disc you see here, namely a disc bulge. To avoid creating this type of injury, we need to shift to a different style of exercise as demonstrated here. Start by putting your hands under the small of your low back to support your low back so it doesn't flatten to the floor. Then straighten one leg out like this. Then curl up with what is called unweighting of the head, with slight motion, hardly moving the head at all. Then lift the elbows, count to 10, and put the head and shoulders back down. Then release the contraction of the abdominals. Can you avoid injury by not exercising? Optimal back health does not come from doing nothing. It comes from doing the optimized perfect amount, not too much and not too little. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any further questions or would like to have your back properly evaluated and treated, then call us now at 541-343-4343 or visit the web at www.cascadehealthcenter.com. Thank you.